Hey guys, so today's video is part 2 of my friend Zack's fishing trip when he came up here to go fishing and visit me in western New York from the Philadelphia area. I apologize in advance for sort of the boring video. It was not a very good day of fishing. Fishing was pretty slow, pretty tough. In the morning we headed out to try muskie fishing at the Muskie River. Nothing was more frustrating than the fact that the Muskie River was completely, like all of them in Chautauqua County, were just like completely high and raging. And then the steelhead streams just on the other side of the mountain from the muskie streams were like low and clear and terrible fishing conditions because they were so darn low and clear, and no new steelhead were moving up. And the steelhead that were there had been there and been pressured, and so it was just a pretty darn tough day. So started out in the morning going after muskie. We didn't catch any muskie, but we did catch some muskie bait.
He's got a big sucker. That's not what I was after, but I'll take it. I want to catch a panfish so I can catch a muskie. What? Said I want to catch. I'm just talking to the camera. I want to catch a panfish so I can catch a muskie. Didn't want to catch a sucker, but not one this big anyway. I mean, suckers are great muskie bait. This one's a little on the big side. He's actually not for muskie, but this is a small river, so for the relatively smaller muskie that are in here, he's on the big side. What do we got? Finally got bait. Finally got bait. Zack's catching perch, so they're a little bit bigger. Perch are biting now, I guess. Zack's got a big sunfish, pumpkin seed.
So I had tried using some of those perch as bait. Didn't catch anything. Other than, you know, that sucker in the beginning. My friend Zack did have fun just catching a few panfish. We tried some other spots at the Muskie River too, but they were just so flooded. That river was raging so hard, it was impossible to catch anything. So that was kind of disappointing. Headed out to Chautauqua Gorge on a bit of an experiment.
Alrighty folks, well, we are now descending into Chautauqua Gorge. Welcome to another episode of Fishing in Paradise. I don't know if there will be any steelhead down here. I mainly just want to show my friend Chautauqua Gorge. But if we do find fish down here, they're probably going to be unpressured. Steelhead used to not be able to make it up here, but since they built the fish passage at the dam, supposedly they can now. There's still some pretty big waterfalls, but apparently they can make it over them. Oh, crap. I got that on film. Okay, well, we are now in Chautauqua Gorge. From here, the creek looks decent. Gotta film this. So even though this is one of the prettier parts of Chautauqua Gorge, there is a reason I don't come to this part during the summer. From what I hear, it's nothing but old men that come down here into the nudist area. Nothing you want to look at. And again, technically, if you're down here and not fishing, you're trespassing, because public fishing rights are only for fishermen. But anyway, see if we can find some steelhead. See any steelhead in there?
It is.
I can't tell.
No,
yeah, that's a tiny rainbow. Oh, there's a big one. Or not big, big relatively speaking. Look at them all. There's half a dozen of them looking at my thing. Well, we found little rainbows. Failed to find steelhead. This is gorgeous. We're not finding any steelhead, but this place is pretty gorgeous. Seeing lots of little tiny baby rainbows. I think we found our the waterfall that is our turnaround point. There's no steelhead here. There's not going to be any steelhead in this section of the gorge. I'm pretty sure this is the falls I was thinking of. Sneak up on it. Little rainbow. Here's that a brook trout. Hoping that there'd be some steelhead stuck under there. This little guy is not a steelhead. And he swallowed it. Ah, wonderful. Pretty little rainbow, though. I think we'll cut the line on him. Maybe he'll survive. Alright, well, we are now turning around. There's no water, no steelhead under that waterfall there. I don't think there's going to be steelhead anywhere in this section of the creek. So we're going to head to Westfield where we know there's fish. And might check this spot out again in the spring.
So all we could find in that deep upper section of Chautauqua Gorge were the domestic rainbows. I'm still a little skeptical that the steelhead can make it that far at all. There's some pretty big waterfalls above Westfield, but according to my friend that works for the DEC, the steelhead can indeed make it up that far. But clearly no steelhead had made it that far up yet. All that we saw in there were those little tiny domestic rainbows. And so that was kind of disappointing. But we headed down towards Westfield, where I knew for sure there were some pods of fish based on, you know, what my friends who steelhead fish in the area had told me. And we found some pods of fish, but couldn't get anything to bite, man. There were lots of tracks. The steelhead in that section had clearly been very pressured under the low clear conditions. We just couldn't get them to bite on anything. We tried using trout beads. My friend was throwing all the flies that he could find. I ran egg sacs. Couldn't get them to bite on anything. My friend did have a steelhead on for a half a second.
Did he bite it, or did ya?
So yeah, overall it was a pretty slow trip, but if you watch my last video, part 1, it's called Western New York Trout Fishing with Friends or something like that. We did catch a couple of fish. My friend did get a steelhead, missed a bunch of other big steelhead, and he caught a nice brown trout. So it made the trip worth it for him. Those couple of big steelhead that he missed, he definitely wants to come back to Western New York for. He's bound and determined to get back up here this spring. And I actually had a very good day this last week. This video, once again, is from like almost 3 weeks ago now. This video is from 3 weeks ago. I just got really behind. I was very busy for a while, and then this week the weather's been really nice, so I've actually been doing a lot of fishing. You know, weather's nice at the end of November. Got to take advantage of it. I'd much rather be fishing than editing videos. So I'm getting kind of behind, but I did have an excellent day, or a crazy day, I should say. A lot of things went wrong, but I had a crazy, exciting day last Sunday, so you can look forward to that video. Opposite of this video, lots of action. Missed a muskie at the Muskie River, and just had a crazy experience there. So be looking out for that video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next fishing adventure. Should be uploading a couple more videos this week, hopefully.